While the hosts of Sisters in Arms have taken every precaution to ensure that the content of this program is both current and accurate, errors can occur. The hosts assume no responsibility or liability for any errors or omission in the content of this program.
The information contained in this program is provided on an as-is basis with no guarantee of completeness or accuracy. The opinions of the guests are not necessarily the same as the hosts.
Welcome to Sisters in Arms. I'm Kerrie and Auclair.
And I'm Renee Gagne, and together we serve as a Second Amendment resource for the communities of Massachusetts.
So how have you been?
Good, busy, very busy.
Anything new going on?
State House hearings today. Right when I leave here, I'll be scooting to Rhode Island, so that's exciting.
Yeah, that's a busy day.
Yes, very, very busy.
Yeah.
And then tonight we're going to be on a podcast with Charlie Cook from Riding Shotgun with Charlie and Meet the Pressers.
Yeah.
So we are very busy.
Yeah, busy. And then I have a Zoom meeting tonight with the DC project as well, talking about civics and learning how to protect our Second Amendment. So created my new website too for ways to be empowered. So,
nice.
Yep. Very exciting. So today we're talking about the 2A Fashion Expo that Renee and I did for GOAL, Gun Owners Action League, on April 1st. That was a successful event.
Yeah, that was a lot to plan. Holy moly.
Yep. But it was fun. We had what, 115 people show. Let's see, we had 18 models, I believe. And I think there were 4 men out of that, right?
I think there were 2.
2.
Well, then some of the GOAL people jumped up and, did their funny things. But
yep, which we needed. We had a costume change with one of the gentlemen. It took a few minutes to get on.
Yeah.
He wore a kilt, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
And then he took it off.
Yes, he did. Let's. You want to explain a little bit more about?
Yeah. First, we'll pop up the picture of the program. The program took a lot of work. It was an awesome program.
Yeah, Fawn Gracie did a wonderful job putting that together.
You can talk about the program because you had everything to do with the sponsors and the vendors.
Yeah. Well, the program, we had a lot of coordinating to do, Fawn and I, but she did a great job.
Yeah.
That's what she does on a regular basis.
So we'll show some pictures of the models. Now, these people are not professional models. These are people that aim to provide an entertaining educational showcase of women and men's latest gears and gadgets. We highlighted firearms, holsters, and personal safety products and concealed carry clothing. So they were all about educating the public on ways to conceal carry safely.
They did such a great job. They were so nervous in the beginning, but I think once they went down that catwalk the first time, they're like, they were hamming it up the second time.
Yeah. And Bruce Federico was the photographer, and he did such a great job. He was there from, showing us practice on the runway before the show started. It was such a diverse group of women. We don't have all of them because Bruce hasn't released all of the pictures yet.
Wasn't that that one previous, that other picture was a mother and son?
Yes, that is Rhonda with her son. And she is so proud to have him up there with her because he is the reason why she practices shooting and why she is a licensed gun owner.
Yes, so we had 3 men. Yeah, so 3 men, Chris.
Oh, yes, 3, yes.
That was awesome. Look how awesome they looked.
I know, they did such a great job.
And you wouldn't even know they were concealing.
She is trying for the cover of Hers magazine. It's a fitness magazine. That's Taylor. So all of these people came with their own flavor, their own background.
Yeah.
That's great.
And I think then there's another section too that I think is really important because that we want to mention. Which is the solid foundation of training education. So the show definitely, not only were we able to showcase this, but we also made sure that there was a solid foundation of training and an understanding of the importance of education. Stronger, confident, to keep your abilities. And yeah, to make yourselves a responsible gun owner. So, I mean, I think there was a lot of different things going on.
What we really wanted for this fashion show was not, what we didn't want was models all the same shape, size, age, ability to walk. You know, we wanted different people. We wanted people that had a hard time, you know, a little bit of a hard time getting up the stairs. People that were in their 60s, people that were in their 20s, people that were tall, people that were short, you know, big, small, everything. We wanted a diverse group of people so we could really showcase how all of these products, there is something on the market for everyone.
Right. And I think women in general don't know how to conceal carry.
Right.
And so they're like, oh, I'm wearing a dress, but how do I do that? Well, let me show you.
My biggest, I don't know, complaint with concealed carry is purse carry.
Yep, I got one right here.
There are so many women that do not carry in their purse correctly. I'm not against purse carry, but there are so many women that don't do it correctly.
This is why I like this one, because what I think women don't understand too, there's a specific purse for carrying. It comes with like a holster. It's actually Velcro. It's a really strong Velcro, as you could hear. But this purse is actually a crossbody, so it doesn't come off my body. So if I carry this purse, this is actually mine, I have it on me all the time. It's important to understand how to conceal carry. It's also important to make sure that you have a product that is definitely reliable.
Right. There are a lot of products on the market, and they're not all great.
No.
So
having Kydex in a holster is important, so it can cover the trigger properly, so nothing ever happens.
Can I see this so I can explain
what
that is?
Yep.
So is this for the ankle?
That's the ankle.
I was going to say, if this is a thigh, this is for a very tiny woman, okay? So what Kerrie was talking about is having, there's not any in here, is there?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a thick, it's not Kydex, but you want to make sure that whatever's inside is strong enough to cover the the trigger.
It's not Kydex
It's not
per
like
se,
this.
really. It's just, this is a very thick band and it's doubled up. So it's not just like a flimsy thing. And this is your retention strap. I don't know, I'm probably not even letting people see what I'm holding here. It's kind of hard to see. The retention strap, that is super important because there are a lot of products on the market that do not have this retention strap, so you lean over and your firearm falls right out.
Yep.
These are all plastic guns.
Yep, training guns.
These are actually what we used in the fashion show. We didn't have
right.
real guns in the
live,
fashion show.
No live, nothing.
So here we go here. Let's see if I can, I don't know if this is going to fit in here. This is for a smaller one, but you would
Probably
put it in there. And you want to make sure that the trigger guard is inside the holster, because if it's out here like that, and that's another thing, you have to make sure it fits your gun. Your product has to fit your gun. Everything is not universal. That's a big, huge misconception that some people have until you start getting into it and you realize, oh. So you want to make sure that trigger guard is enclosed, and then you would have your retention strap that would go over the top of it. So this one.
That's a small,
Yeah, so, but you can kind of see what we're talking about. So without the retention strap, if you leaned over, it's just going to fall out.
Right.
So the retention strap is super important.
Yep, and this holster is actually made for a Smith & Wesson Shield. So one of these holsters, you can actually, it locks into place. So it doesn't have a retention strap, but it actually physically clicks right in.
You can hear it click.
So that's why what she was saying, that's like I have a belly band that goes from small, medium, large, and it gives you a basic range of what type of firearms would fit into a small, a medium, and large. So, but this one's specific to the actual make and model of a firearm. So there's so many different types of holsters, and I think it was really awesome because, I mean, we got a garter belt holster, perfect for like a lady that's wearing a dress. We have a garter belt holster, which is kind of like a belly band, but not really. And it goes around the waist, underneath your pants. So we had so many different options, and they had fun with it. So I can't wait for next year because, and we even had shorts. We had concealed carry shorts, tactical shorts.
Tactical tank tops, that was another thing.
Oh yeah, and the what do you call it?
Shoulder.
The shoulder holster. Yep.
Yep.
A lot of the men were wearing that with their suits. So I think it was really great. I'm looking forward to next year. We had a lot of sponsors. I'm actually looking to get more sponsors. So if you are listening and you want to donate some of your product, that would be great, because we definitely want to showcase more, because I
Yep.
think this is important to understand.
And we'll even borrow stuff and give it
Yeah,
back. We just want to
exactly.
show the public what's out there for them to use in a safe manner.
Yeah, I think we also have some more pictures, right? From
Yeah, we do. We have more pictures.
From Jim.
Yep. So we get a picture of Jim Wallace and Kerrie Ann and myself.
And the Gold Podcast.
Yeah, so this picture, I love this picture. Jim is such a busy guy. He's the executive director of Gun Owners Action League. Very, very, very busy man, but he insisted that this show go on to teach the public and educate, do some public outreaching, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We did it at the Cyprian Keys, and this isn't their first fashion show there. This is their third to date.
Yep.
I don't know if their first one was at Cyprian Keys,
I'm
but
not
I know
sure, but-
I know their second one was, and it was great. It really was a great time.
I love that picture. Yep, we have
Yeah.
another picture too of the Gold Podcast.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I think that when they had a table set up in the corner, and they were just grabbing people from the crowd, and the
Yes.
sponsors and the models, and it was just so perfect, and they did a great job with the podcast. Did you hear the podcast?
Yes, I did. The vendors, they snagged us on the way by.
Yep, they
So we
did.
have Garrett Holcomb and Jeff Strider, and what is it, every couple of weeks?
I
On
think
a Friday? Is it I don't think it's every week.
No,
Maybe
I
every
can't
couple,
remember,
every
but
third, I'm not sure.
We'll definitely put the podcast link under
Yep.
below in the YouTube channel, so you can check it out. But and I call her Nene.
Yeah, Nayara. Her name's Nayara. She's an instructor. She lives in Pennsylvania.
And she drove all the way there and then all the way back.
Yeah. Yeah, she
Yep.
did. She had many hours of driving to get to this event, but she was so sweet. It
Yep.
was great to have her
And then my favorite one is Renee and I. This says it all. This says it all. That was just at the end of the night, and we did it.
there. Yeah, Jim insisted on calling us up.
Yeah.
Doing one last little walk. We did a lot. We did, we all collaborately. It was an effort, and
It was.
we really produced a nice
And
event.
we had a lot of people at that event actually offer to volunteer. Angie Fisher from Goal, she helped out. Holly, Jim's wife. Oh my God, that back where the models were, and us fitting the models, and there was a lot of work behind the scenes that people didn't realize, because
Right.
not only did we have to fit the model, we had to take the description and make sure it was matching up to each person running in a certain way, and the songs matched up to the models and the products, and
So they got to pick their own songs, right? So they each got to walk twice, which
Yeah.
was awesome.
I think that was good though that they picked
Yeah,
their
they get to
songs.
pick their own song. They get to display what they wanted to. Did they want to be funny? Because it was great. It was not a serious formal show.
Right.
Like most everything we do, it's not formal.
Right. Right. No, it was great, and we had 19 vendors. Well, we had 19 vendors that volunteered either a product. They either gave us some money to help run the show. They bought an ad in the program, and then we had vendor tables there as well. So we had a lot of support. Some of the support was Armor Sports from Taunton, Arms Group, Michelle McGrath. My gosh, we had tons of them. These are just a few. Bass Pro Shop, the DC Project, USCCA, Safety Academy, USA, Patriot Firearms School and Defense, Whitetails Unlimited. And then we even had a member, Tom Walsh, who is a member of Goal. He actually contacted me and donated money for the event as well.
Oh, nice.
Yep, Air Safety Systems, Green Compass, NSSF. And then, of course, and I always say this wrong, it's the pepper spray company. Is it Sabra?
Yes.
Yep, Sabre Red and Core. So I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. Oh, Victory Bar and Cigar, White Barnes Creation. That's your, and then Creative Turnings was your cousin.
Yeah, he
So-
drove from Connecticut.
Yep.
He loves it. He loves coming to these events. He sets his table up. He makes pens that look like rifles. They're bolt-action rifle pens,
Yep.
and they're refillable. They're awesome.
Oh my God.
Everybody loves them.
Yep.
And he sells a ton, and it's awesome. He actually donated, I want to say like 60 pens to me last year, so I could
get to DC.
Yep. So I could use them
Yep.
as a fundraiser, so I could get to DC with the DC project.
Yeah, so if it wasn't for these supporters and these people that helped us out along the way, the show wouldn't have been the same. So thank you so much for everybody that sponsored and donated, and the Raffles table was amazing. I also want to mention that Michelle Tricarico, she's one of our leaders. She has a business, Michelle McGrath and Associates. So she helped out too, bought a ad in the program. So I mean, it was awesome. And we really put all of that sponsorship together, I think, within a month.
Yeah.
Because we had some bumps in the road, but we put it all together in a month. It was crazy. But I do have a great picture because the DC project had a table there as well. So we were basically there kind of explaining who the DC project was. And if you are looking at this episode for the first time, it's a nationwide organization of women that safeguard our Second Amendment. So we have Megan and Alex. They volunteered their time there to help me sell some t-shirts, and there was a gun that we raffled off, and it all went back to the DC project to help me get to DC, which we're planning on doing in October.
Right. So Megan, Kim, can we just put that picture back up one more time? So Megan Conley,
Oh, yeah,
I
you
went to grade school with her. So we were teaching a firearm safety class, and in comes Megan, and I hadn't seen her in I don't know how many years, 20, 30,
Yeah.
has it really been that long? But it was so awesome. So she took the class, and she got licensed, and
Now
it's
she's
just-
part of our shooting chapter. She's part of
Yeah.
the DC project.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the Massachusetts chapter, the DC project. My delegates are growing in numbers. I think I have 74 now.
I think that fashion show really did something, as far as outreach. People realized that the DC project is here in Massachusetts.
Right.
It's a national organization, but
Right.
a lot of people didn't realize it was
Right.
here in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I mean, the fashion show was Goal sponsored, but it was be able to bring in people that didn't know anything about Goal, and that was the whole point. Hey, look who we're Goal, we're Gun Owners Action League, we're here to help you, we're here to advocate. Hey, who are these two ladies? Oh, they're from the DC project. So, and they're an instructor, and they have a shooting chapter called Armed Women America. So it definitely brought, I don't want to say attention to certain things that people probably didn't know about. So I thought it was awesome.
Well, that's what we pride ourselves in, spreading education and awareness.
Right.
I mean, that was what the epitome of the show was, and we definitely accomplished that.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of the show? Because we were so
When it was over and we said, holy moly, we did it. We did
yeah,
it.
like that
It's so
picture.
good.
We did it.
We did it.
We did it.
So there's a picture of one of the models. I think it was one of the first pictures that Kim showed. And you can see the rows of people behind her. She's dressed all in black. I don't know if you can,
I think it might have been the girls in the sparkle dresses.
probably
probably.
all of them, but the one with the girl dressed all in black, she
right.
really,
Yes.
you can see it. It just
That.
the whole room, and there were more people, towards the camera.
Yep.
But it was just such a great event.
Yeah, and
it
they
was-
had so much
and,
fun.
And she was so captivating.
I'm like, were you a
Jocelina-
model?
Jocelina
Was she
is
a
her
model?
name. I think she dabbled in
In
it
it?
here and there. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
she definitely has done something.
And
She's
I
not a
give y'all kudos for walking the catwalk in heels like that. Let me tell you. 'Cause
Oh,
I'd be like,
okay, hold on. See these shoes? Hold on.
why don't you stand up?
Look at that.
Look at this.
Okay, I can't wear these in real life because I will be like 6'2".
I don't know. You didn't fall off. I've been like, that's it.
Yeah,
Going over.
well,
Touch
plus,
me.
okay, we might have to edit this out because I just had foot surgery a month ago, and my podiatrist is going to be like, "What the heck?"
No, he's going to
So-
say you healed well.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Look at that. So I love these shoes, and so I like to wear them when I advocate for the Second Amendment, and it just people notice them.
I know. I got to get a pair. I just don't know if I can wear them. I don't I'll have to practice at home. But we have an amazing video of the fashion show that kind of showcases the vendors, the raffles that oh my God, we had like, I don't know, 50 raffles or something like that. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And just the whole overall feeling of the show. So we'll play that for you, and we'll That's awesome. I do have another video, because honestly, I thought that video had more of the raffles in there too, but that's okay. We had a couple videos that came to us, so I will definitely put a link into the YouTube channel so everybody can see, because I think he's working the whole video, right? So it's not
that's the
done
thing.
yet.
We don't have, the models might be watching this like, where are my pictures? We don't have everything yet. We wanted to get the show out there because it takes a couple weeks before it airs.
Right.
So we wanted to be able to just let everyone know what we did, and I'm hearing that we're doing it again next year.
Yes, and I already said yes.
Well, I said I'm not doing it. I'm not doing another one.
She says that now, but I guarantee she's
one.
going to be like, okay. No. No, it was a lot of work, but we got it done. There was a lot of people that helped out. There was, we all had a little job to do. Some bigger than others.
You just can't help but not want to be part of it.
Right.
You're exhausted when you're done, but
I didn't get home till 1:30.
Production is mentally, it's a mental game, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot, especially when you're dealing with a multitude of women. It's like herding cats.
Yeah, but we learned a lot of lessons too.
We did.
What we can do next year to make things a lot easier for us, and make sure that we have the specific holster to the outfit.
Right.
We did run into a few.
Right. Well, we were very lax with the models. We didn't have them come in and do a fitting or anything. We said, wear whatever you want, and show up, we're going to fit you. So
and
that's my bad. I apologize.
And we were getting a little stressed out. I'm like, you're wearing a purse.
But you know what? There was something to be said about that too, because for women, when they throw an outfit on and they're like, I'm gonna carry. Oh no, it doesn't fit. So it makes you think. If things aren't universal.
No, but it also makes you think that what I would love to do is actually a concealed carry fashion show with the clothing. Like, as you can see, maybe add that into the description.
Yeah.
So as you can see, she's wearing, a thigh holster, but she's also wearing a very elegant, flowy dress.
Right.
So these are kind of key elements to add into something when you're considering, so all different things like that, I think is really.
And there are some articles of clothing that are made to conceal. So, adding that in the description and talking about it, it's all about education and awareness.
Right.
And when you're new, this isn't innate. You have to be taught this.
And I'm so excited because I'm dying to do a mini class. So the USCCA provides mini classes that I can do on gears and gadgets. So
I love that.
Yep.
I love that.
And I got a big bin of it. So
yeah, that's great.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
I am not a gear and gadget girl. I feel sad about that because I listen to everybody doing shows on gears and gadgets, and I'm just like,
well, you are. You have a holster.
Well, I have a holster, but
Right,
I don't
that's
have
gears.
20 of them. Like, there are people that have, like,
Well, because they have multiple different
everything.
type of firearms that they carry, and I think women kind of stick with the same firearm. Like, I have my bodyguard, I have a belly band that I wear, and I'm comfortable with that. But it's also, I want to mention too, is a lot of people don't realize that when you get a holster, if you are using this for personal protection, it is important to understand how to draw from the holster. So this isn't like, there's a lot of education that's involved in this. And learning how to defensively handle a situation is super important, but making sure that it's a functional thing.
Yeah.
And when we went in, we had, we can talk briefly about the class that we just had for Armed Women of America, because that's a gear and gadget, right? It was a knife defensive knife
Yeah.
class that we had. John Agostini
Yeah.
volunteered his time. In fact, we're going to do some more training with his partner, and I can't remember his partner's name now. Tom. And so that's important, but it's also a gear and gadget. So
Thank God we don't have that video.
Yeah.
Me getting my butt kicked by John Agostini. So I really thought that I was going to be, he's like, stab me. Of course, we're using fake things, right?
Fake, yeah, rubber
And I
knives.
thought, this man is like, what?
He's shorter than you.
65. He's shorter than me, 65. I'm surely going to be able to stab him and get away.
Oh, no, he took you like
Holy
this, and
moly.
you went flying around. You're like,
Yeah,
ah!
it choked me out. It was, but it was a good lesson. And what we learned from that was that you have to have education in multidisciplines.
Right, and why? Because there are gun-free zones.
Right,
and you
and
can't have this on your hip.
Every single situation that you encounter isn't going to require you to draw your gun and shoot.
Right.
That is your absolute last resort.
Right.
Right.
Situational awareness. You got pepper spray. Sometimes just taking it out, taking the pepper spray out, pointing at somebody,
Just
can
having
stop
awareness,
the situation.
just making eye contact.
Yep.
That bad guy may be like, oh, I'm not dealing
Yep,
with it.
she
They
saw
see me
me.
coming, I can't,
Yep. Not like
So-
this, but
Yeah.
casual glance. I see you. You're a good one. But yeah, so it was a great day, and I watched the videos and look at all the pictures, and it just makes me smile.
The
so.
empowerment that was felt that day, I didn't get to see the girls walking, so I was behind fitting everybody and lining them all up, and as we called their name, they went out, and
I said,
they
"Go."
were so excited, and they would get off the runway, and they were just like, oh, change their clothes, go out again.
Yep.
It's just something that you have to be there and experience it. I have goosebumps talking about it.
And it was good because after that, the models were walking around and everybody was like, "Oh, you did a great job." They had smiles on their face, maybe a glass of wine at the end because we did it.
Yeah, right.
But it was great. It was a great show. So next year, I believe Jim Wallace stated that he was going to do the show closer to us. So
Yeah,
we're in
Boylston
the
was-
Bristol County area.
Yeah, Boylston was pretty far, so
It's about an hour and 10
most of
minutes.
the people that we have contacts with are this way.
Right.
So,
So-
I feel like, we might have an easier time getting more people to the event because we know more people here.
Right.
That's just my thought.
Well, it's also going to be able to introduce Goal to another section of
Exactly.
Massachusetts because
Exactly. We don't want to keep going to the same spot because the same type of people are
Right.
gonna, we want to branch out and go around
Right.
and.
And Goal is in Northborough, Massachusetts, so they try to do a lot of their functions in that area. But yeah, oh my gosh, we're running out of time.
We're running out of time.
Yeah, so what do you want to say?
Holy moly. I showed my shoes. That was important to me.
know. So if you are interested in being a sponsor and helping out with the next year's event, we don't have a date, but definitely email us at sistersinarms2022@gmail.com. And if you have any questions for the show as well. We had one person email us questions. We haven't had anyone else
I know, I'm
email us
shocked by that.
questions.
I'm
But-
shocked.
So until next time,
Stay safe.
keep vigilant.